Greetings and welcome to Indie Games Spotlight, a monthly video series that takes a look at 3 upcoming indie games that have caught our attention to shine a spotlight on them. In this video you'll see 3 trailers for 3 games, as well as hearing all about what these games are and what makes them potentially awesome. If you're interested in learning more about any of the games mentioned in this video, there'll be a full set of links for each in the description below the video on YouTube. Now, let's watch the first trailer.
I remember. The flood is the lesson. They told us to follow the stars. And so with faith, we kneeled, took the shot. For the harvest, dark to light, in time, all shall be known.
Hellpoint is a dark sci-fi action RPG set in the aftermath of a massive quantum cataclysm. Every living being quickly lost their mind as their memories and bodies were merged with alternate versions of themselves from parallel universes. The accident also attracted entities of immense power that should have been left alone in the depths of other dimensions. You play as a mysterious, nameless character whose intentions are entirely determined by your choices. You wake up in the derelict Irid Novos space station in orbit around a supermassive black hole. In the game, the space station orbits in real time around the ominous black hole. Its position in the sky directly impacts the sanity of the inhabitants of the station. The singularity is doing more than simply distorting the fabric of space and time. Based on the time of the orbit, enemies in the levels get crazier or struck by fear, unknown entities roam the corridors, and dozens of other mysterious events can occur. Hellpoint is based on a peculiar structure called the Quantic System. It's a series of interconnected systems that are utilizing a server clock to decide when and where a particular dynamic event should occur. You venture in a corridor that you previously walked through, and suddenly a new passage is opened. A tall, menacing mini-boss is now patrolling where there was no one before. Enemies cower in fear as you approach them or charge you in a fit of rage. A boss suddenly grows tougher and more aggressive, but also drops more valuable loot. It's up to you to figure out what events happen where and when so that you can exploit them to your advantage. Hellpoint allows you to play the way you want. Using a crafting and customization system, you can adjust your weapons and powers according to your own playstyle. Do you prefer your healing power to heal more over time or instantaneously? Go edit your power in one of the crafting stations and make it work the way you like. Would you prefer your energy missiles to explode on impact or ricochet off enemies? The choice is yours to modify them as you see fit. The more you fight with a weapon, the more proficient you become with it and eventually unlock powerful abilities. This can go from an extra long-range combo attack to a shattering explosion that sends enemies flying. Every time you start a new game, the station is different. Rooms, enemies, puzzles, events are all part of the multiverse. This means that while the level design is carefully handcrafted, no two games are exactly the same. The game stays fresh as you never know what to expect around the corner. As you die, you're pulled away from your universe of origin and you wake up in the next. The more you die, the more the world changes around you. Hellpoint is scheduled to be available sometime in early 2020. Overland sees you taking care of a group of travellers on a post-apocalyptic road trip across the United States in a turn-based survival game. Fight off scary creatures, rescue stranded survivors, and scavenge for supplies like fuel, first aid kits, and weapons. Decide where to go next, upgrading a wrecked car or rescuing a dog. And don't forget, there are consequences for every action. Overland is about close calls, dramatic escapes, hard choices, arguing about whether or not the dog gets rescued, and the end of the world. Features include: stay away from the creatures, always keep fuel in the tank, be careful, be quiet. Loud noises attract trouble, and there's no way you can fight them all. Grab as much gas as you can, rescue that trapped stranger, and get back in the car before it's too late. Travel through grasslands, over mountains, across deserts, and to even stranger places. Every level, roadmap, and character is randomly generated, so each trip is new. Equip dozens of items, including medkits, shields, axes, potted plants, scavenged armor, and luggage racks. A completely new end of the world from Adam Saltzman, the creator of Cannibal, with gorgeous award-winning visuals by Heather Penn and a haunting original soundscape by Jocelyn Reyes. Overland is planned for release in fall 2019. Grand Guilds is a story-driven tactical RPG with unique card combat mechanics. You and your comrades will journey the lands of Irin, a continent on the brink of another war, while engaging in challenging tactical combat. Each playable character has unique mechanics and abilities that, when combined properly, will make the difference between complete victory or utter defeat. Features include turn-based strategy. Learn and master the fundamentals of tactical combat. In Grand Guild's, positioning, terrain, and your action points will mean the difference between victory and defeat. Card combat system. A diverse set of skill cards will form the abilities of your units, making every turn more dynamic and each decision more important and meaningful. Deck building. Tailor each character to your playstyle by customizing their skill decks. Obtain powerful new abilities by completing quests or leveling your characters. Guild quests. Embark on challenging procedural missions that yield exciting rewards. Increase your guild's reputation to earn bonuses that will aid you in combat. A diverse cast. Each playable character has unique mechanics and abilities that enable them to fill various roles in your squad, such as tank, support, and damage dealer. An epic narrative. Unravel the mysteries shrouding Irin, a continent on the brink of war. Follow Eliza and her companions as they journey through this vast, magical world. Grand Guilds currently has a tentative release date of January 2020. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave us a comment, like, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got tons of awesome videos coming every week, including review impressions, indie game of the week, debate-driven top 5 lists, video essays, and our weekly podcast where we discuss games, gaming culture, and the games industry. We also stream 3 times a week at twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames. But most importantly, have a fantastic day.